want to talk about? Ah. I hate spoilers. To me, much of the joy of watching a new movie or reading a new book for the first time is the suspense and the surprise. But at the same time, I don't like reading books or watching movies without vaguely knowing what they're about. So for the people out there who are like me, I'm going to do spoiler-free movie reviews. Okay, to be honest, most of the reason that I'm doing this is because I just saw Much Ado About Nothing, and I want to make a big ado about it. Much Ado About Nothing? More like Much Ado About something. Okay, Shakespeare wrote that title about 500 years ago. I wonder just how many people have made that joke. I wonder if Shakespeare made that joke. No, it's not good enough for Shakespeare. So who should see Much Ado About Nothing? Well, Much Ado About Nothing is for people who like to hear dialogue that makes them go, oh snap! I had rather hear a dog bark than a man swear he loves me. What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you still as yet living? Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such met food defeated as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence. Oh snap. My 5 good seconds of air are gone now. It's over. Hats, I love you. Why must you curse me so? This movie is about a lot of princes and dukes and stuff, and there's a guy and a girl, and they always fight because they secretly like each other, so their friends try to trick them into admitting that they like each other. But then Simon from Firefly doesn't like it, so he tries to break them up while being really attractive. It's directed by Joss Whedon, who's kind of my hero. Also, one of the characters is named Hero, and that's like an awesome name. Also, Beatrice, she's the one I was when I wore this hat, is kind of my spirit animal. So maybe Much Ado About Nothing isn't showing in your crappy small town theater. I've been there. Not to your crappy small town specifically, because that would be creepy. Unless you're one of my friends from college, who are most of the people who are watching this. Then I have been to your crappy small town. Doesn't our theater suck? I'm pretty sure this is how they pick movies. Hey, that movie looks good. We must never allow anyone to know. But don't worry, I haven't had much to do lately. I've seen a few other recent releases. The Great Gatsby. This movie was like one of Gatsby's parties, flashy and excessive, and none of its guests will ever quite know why, and yet you thoroughly enjoy yourself. What was with all the Lana Del Rey? I mean, it kind of worked. But it isn't how I would have chosen for it to work. But you know what? It worked. Star Trek Into Darkness. A movie where no one wears this hat. This is a movie about people who go into space and they argue and they fight bad guys. It's very actiony and the character development sucks. But it went by pretty fast, so it was alright. Also, no one ever actually says the line, live long and prosper, which made me sad. Was that a spoiler? I'm sorry. Last but certainly not least, Monsters University. That's a monkey. I'm a total Pixar nerd. I don't have any Star Trek-y sort of props. I have Wall-E. I hold them to very high standards. I can rant for hours about the beauty of the storyline of The Incredibles, and when I try to talk about how Brave decided to deal with gender roles, lasers shoot out of my eyes. So I enjoyed Monsters University. It wasn't quite up to the standard of the golden age of Pixar, but it was better than the last couple films. Baby Mike Wazowski is adorable. They did a good job getting the characters to where they needed to be for the next movie, which is always a challenge with prequels. Just once, I want to see a movie about college which isn't all about fraternities. Where I went to school, no one cared. I mean, the fraternities cared. They had a good time, you know, throwing up on each other. But you didn't have to be in a fraternity to throw up on each other. Anyone could throw up on anyone else. It was free reign. So those are all the recent releases that I've seen. What if you don't want to pay $10 for a movie ticket? Bonus round! This is for a movie called I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. It's about a girl who thinks she's a cyborg, but that's okay. I swear half of this footage is just me smoothing my hair. Not that it helps.